Hi, my name is Sai, and this is my project on stem cells. My question is, how are somatic stem cells used as treatments for humans? In order to start questioning somatic stem cells, we must learn about them first. So here's a small website I brought up. It talks about what somatic stem cells really are. So let's read. Somatic stem cells exist naturally in the body. They are important for growth, healing, and replacing cells that are lost through daily wear and tear. Stem cells from the blood and bone marrow are routinely used as a treatment for blood-related diseases. However, under certain circumstances, somatic stem cells can become only a subset of related cell types. Bone marrow stem cells, for example, differentiate primarily into blood cells. This partial differentiation can be an advantage when you want to produce blood cells, but it is a disadvantage if you're interested in producing an unrelated cell type. So these are some potentials that they have. Now for special considerations. Most types of somatic stem cells are present in low abundance and difficult to isolate and grow in culture. Isolation of some types cause considerable tissue or organ damage in the heart or brain. Somatic stem cells can be transplanted from donor to patient, but without drugs that suppress the immune system, a patient's immune system will recognize the transplanted cells as foreign materials and attack them. Okay, now when you look at this, it shows the main areas where somatic stem cells are. The brain, skeletal muscles, blood, bone marrow, liver, blood vessels, teeth, skin, the heart, and the gut. There are quite a few types of somatic stem cells. The hematopoietic stem cells give rise to different types of blood. The mesenchymal stem cells give rise to a variety of cell types: bone, cartilage, fat, and other connective tissues. Neural stem cells are used in the brain for neurons, nerve cells, and others. The epithelial stem cells are in the lining of the digestive tract and in deep crypts. And the skin stem cells occur in the basal layer of the epidermis and at the base of the hair follicles. Somatic cells nuclear transfer works by transferring the nucleus of one cell, the somatic stem cell, within its DNA into the egg cell of another organism, which had its genetic material removed. When the egg cell develops, it will take on the traits specified in the genome of the somatic cell. So here is a website on how adult stem cells are turned into treatments. So let's read from the top. Preliminary research in animals has found that bone marrow stromal cells injected into a damaged heart can have a beneficial effect, and researchers at Children's Hospital Boston have shown in a mouse model that the same cells injected into the blood help protect against chronic lung disease in premature newborns. In some cases, it is possible to infuse the stem cells into the blood as in a bone marrow transplant. The cells find their own way to a proper location and begin forming the cells and tissues needed. In other cases, the cells may need to be injected directly into the organ or a tissue that needs them. The ultimate goal is for cells to take up residence in their proper place in the body, divide repeatedly, and form functional tissues or repair diseased tissue. It is not always clear how this happens. In some cases, the transplanted cells may become a part of the tissue and organ. In others, they may secrete growth factors and stimulate cells that are already residing there. So let's try and understand this. What we're saying here is that cases have found that just like how bone marrow transplants work, you can transplant stem cells from other people into blood, therefore start the reprocess of forming cells and tissues needed. Of course, they're using adult somatic stem cells. Adult stem cells and somatic stem cells are the same thing. So what's happening is they're taking the stem cells and they're putting them where they belong, from one body to another. This will make them divide, and through mitosis, they will duplicate and create one another, therefore dividing repeatedly. Therefore, they're forming and repairing diseased tissue. So the question is, how are somatic stem cells used as treatments for humans? Well, as we read on the last slide, they can be injected into humans and can divide and divide to repair organs and form new organs inside the human body. They take the stem cells from the right area. So if it's for digestive tract, they take it from the digestive tract. And to recap, the epithelial stem cells are used for the digestive tract. And that could work for any of the stem cells. Of course, they're the adult stem cells being used. The adult or somatic stem cells. Somatic stem cells also use somatic cell nuclear transfer, which is kind of like mitosis, to transfer the nucleus from one cell, the somatic cell, with its DNA into the egg cell of another organism, which has genetic material removed. When this egg cell develops, it will take on the traits as specified in the genome of a somatic cell. Works cited. Source 1, Source 2, Source 3, Source 4, Source 5. Thank you for watching.